Genshin Impact is a free-to-play RPG taking inspiration from Breath of the Wild, with a sprawling open world to explore, a fully voiced story, and some mobile game microtransactions that might make you roll your eyes, even if they don't really get in the way of the core game. It's also loaded with secrets and features that are easy to miss. Here's some advice that'll help you get your bearings as you begin to explore the world of Teyvat, including how to make the most of its gacha loot boxes that unlock new characters. As well as reminding us how great Breath of the Wild is, Genshin Impact also has a full-on story campaign that's not to be overlooked. For example, completing missions unlocks a lot of new features, like your handy wind glider. So while you might be tempted to just set out in a direction and not look back, it's better to do a combination of both story missions and exploring. Take the scenic route to your objective to collect resources and fight optional bosses. Every activity rewards experience points to your individual party members as well as your overall level called the Adventure Rank, or AR. Things start pretty slow, so it will take a while before you unlock certain core features. The biggest thing you'll want to focus on is leveling up your Adventure Rank. You won't unlock all the main features until Adventure Rank 20. Like we just explained, most everything you do will contribute some experience towards it, so don't fret too much about how you're leveling up. Here's a quick rundown of some major features and what AR you need to access them. Genshin Impact uses a Gapcha system for earning new characters and some powerful weapons, which essentially means you can buy loot boxes for a slight edge. It sounds concerning, but you'll also earn plenty of loot and the currency needed to buy these loot boxes just by playing. These loot boxes are called wishes. Within every 10 wishes you open, you're guaranteed at least one 4-star weapon or character. Though wishes can be bought with real money, you'll also earn them at a healthy pace just by playing Genshin Impact. There are two currencies, Prismo Gems, which you'll earn for doing basically anything like fighting bosses or doing some missions, and Stardust, which you'll earn for opening wishes. An in-game shop will tempt you to spend your currency on a variety of items, but don't fall into temptation. Prismo Gems can be converted into wishes directly in the wish menu, but Stardust has to be converted using the shop menu, in the section called Paimon Bargains. You can only buy 5 of each type of wish a month using Stardust. It won't take very long until you find yourself with a handful of characters to play in Genshin Impact. Each one has an elemental damage type that, when combined with different elements, triggers all sorts of explosive effects. Hit an enemy soaked with water with an ice spell, for example, and they'll freeze solid. Or if you aim your tornado through a campfire, it'll turn into a fiery vortex. Because you start off with only a single party member, it's easy to get locked into the habit of fighting as just one character. But by pressing the associated number key, you'll quickly swap to the other members of your party. You can use this to set up devastating combos. Each character also has an elemental burst ability, which is kind of like their ultimate attack. You can quickly trigger your other character's elemental burst by pressing Alt plus their associated number, as long as that burst is ready to go. Here's a handy chart breaking down some of the elemental damage effects. Aside from loot boxes, Genshin Impact's other big influence from free-to-play mobile games is a system that limits how often you can get rewards from certain activities. It's called Resin, and it's used to open withered flowers that appear after defeating some bosses or completing the leyline challenges you'll find in your adventure handbook. It sounds limiting, but Resin recharges fully once per day, and you get quite a bit of it too. So don't just let it sit there, because once it caps out, you'll stop generating more. Spend your Resin and start generating new Resin. The world of Teyvat is full of secrets, but occasionally you'll run into one that doesn't have a clear solution. You might need a certain elemental ability or better stats, or you're just not smart enough to figure out the puzzle. Whatever the reason, make use of the pins on your map to mark the location for later. You can also use these pins to mark the locations of rare resources, so you can venture back that way after they've had time to respawn. That's all the tips we have for now, but head over to pcgamer.com for more helpful articles and news on Genshin Impact. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more guides in future.